I matched with a female on Tinder the other day, but her name was a little weird. ZOZO. This is the story of ZOZO. Welcome back to the Paranormal Bound. I am Nathan.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Ronnie.
And I wouldn't doubt you would match with somebody like that. You're into fucking weirdos.
Yeah, I am, and of course I would. Of
you're-
course, I would match with a demon.
I'm not gonna say you're into weirdos. Weirdos just flock to you.
Was her picture, was her profile picture anime?
No. No, I know.
Uh-huh.
As soon as I see anime on a profile picture, I'm swiping the other way. Okay, so this is a story that a lot of people already know about because Reddit made it very famous a few years ago. But what people don't know is this name got brought up in the 1800s in France, of all places. So the history, if you want to call it the history, possible early origin, 1816 France. There's a record of a demon named ZOZO in an old demonology text from 1816, supposedly tied to possession case in France long before modern Ouija board ever existed.
Right.
So this name pops up. Now, out of research, this is as old as I can find. And I looked up to see if this name pops up in any religious text, from Bibles, even to the Book of Enoch, and it doesn't. So other demon names do, but I don't know. This is like when God is naming his angels and giving them really cool names, and he gets to this one and goes, ZOZO.
Well, this is saying the name links to, Pa, the king of wind demons in ancient Mesopotamia mythology. It's famously featured in The Exorcist.
That doesn't discredit it because remember The Conjuring 2, the demon Valak, or the movie The Nun? That's a real demon. And he is I think they call him the king of snakes. So some demons actually do get spotted in movies that do exist. ZOZO could definitely be a made-up name, but the fact that it was mentioned in demonology text from 1816, that makes me wonder. So this demon has popped up before. But I remember a video, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if this is the same video of ZOZO, but it was a girl playing with a Ouija board, and she starts laughing uncontrollably. And it was tied to this ZOZO story.
Really?
Did y'all see anything of that? You said it was a guy named Darren.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Evans.
Like, what was that story?
Let's see. He was an Oklahoma man who shared his story on a public message board in 2009, so that would have been Reddit.
Yep.
He claimed that he contacted a malevolent spirit named ZOZO through a Ouija board years earlier. He described the entity as a demon of destruction that would move the planchette in rapid ZOZO patterns or figure eights. So, let's look. I'm not touching that.
I will touch
Okay, I
this.
can see how it would be a figure eight.
So, Ronnie decided to draw this up. Why is this paper hot?
Is it?
Like burning hot.
I think that's just your fingers.
Uh-huh.
Because she's a demon.
Okay, so technically, I mean, yeah, the figure eight, but how do we know it wasn't? Because Z is right next to the 0, too.
You'll have to...
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Z is closer to 0 than it is to O, but if it goes from back and forth from Z to O, it would be figure eight.
He reported that the entity eventually terrorized his family and even threatened his daughter. Let's see. The story I listened to was like the daughter was almost drowned. She was almost suffocated. Her tongue swelled, which you could say was an allergic reaction. She spent days in the hospital, like fighting for her life. A young girl.
This was 2009?
Yes, and the man continued to be obsessed with Ouija boards and this entity. He wouldn't stop, and it finally attacked his daughter. And his girlfriend or wife at the time, I think it was his girlfriend, anyways, made a safe room for when this demon would start acting up, they would go in this one specific room that she had blessed and had holy relics in and all kind of stuff to stay safe from it. But if he was possessed, personally, I don't think a safe room would save him.
No. No, and usually, if you I don't know why you wouldn't just bless the whole house.
Well, here's another thing. Alright, so this started in 1982. And the first time he'd played with one, his friend come over, or might have been the same.
3, 2, 1.
Either Darren himself had told his friend that he was going to die, or the board spelled out, "You will die." I cannot remember the specifics on that. But anyways, the friend left out on his motorcycle, wrecked, and died that night when he left his friend's house.
Did the friend, is this similar? I know it's not the same story, but if the friend left out and died, it almost sounds like similar to the Annabelle story of the couple that went in to view the doll. Remember that? And they died. The man died on a motorcycle, but she didn't.
Yep.
It's almost like this entity did not like those people.
Right.
That bothers me about that too. Like these things will pick which people they don't like.
Are y'all comparing that to Annabelle?
Yeah. No, not Annabelle as a whole.
Like the demon of.
But there was a story. This was when Annabelle was still in her little crypt in that little museum, and some guy walked up and smacked the glass and said, "This is all BS." Then at 65 miles an hour, they hit a tree on a motorcycle. He dies and she don't. Not a scratch on her.
This says he found his 1-year-old daughter nearly drowning in an overflowing bathtub shortly after the board spelled out hell. His wife, Kathleen, later recounted seeing her daughter lifted off her feet by an unseen force in their home. The entity reported threatening to steal his daughter's soul, which coincided with her being hospitalized for mysterious life-threatening infection.
It's pretty, that's pretty rare to drown in the bathtub.
Whenever they're a baby, it's not.
Wait, how old was the girl?
1.
Oh, shit, okay.
It just takes like 1 or 2 inches of water to drown.
Okay, never mind then. Hell, I thought she was like upwards in her teenage years or something.
He later sought out an exorcism to rid his family of the entity. He claimed the ritual was terrifying. It led him to stop using spirit boards recreationally, instead focus on researching the entity's historic roots. Evan's story was later featured on the Travel Channel, Ghost Adventures, where he returned to his old house to conduct a session for investigators.
So that's how ZOZO got the notoriety. It was on those TV shows.
Ghost Adventures.
But something, I don't think they brought this up in those TV shows, because the mainstream narrative behind ZOZO is just this one story. They don't tell the origin.
No, other than that little girl in the 1800s being possessed by, what was it? Mimi, ZOZO, and another one. There was another one that was wild.
So the 1800s was kicking off with demonic power.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They must have been going through another satanic panic. Those seem to come around quite often.
Okay, so the Ouija board connection to this story from the late 1800s to now, the Ouija board itself became popular in the late 1800s as a parlor game. So the story itself, ZOZO, it was mentioned in 1816 in France. Okay, the actual Ouija board itself did not come out until the late 1800s. So people started using it for spirit communication. The horror stories started stacking up. Then ZOZO shows up as a repeat offender, basically. So
yeah, it said that when you engage with the entity of ZOZO, that every time that you use the Ouija board in the future, that you will always end up eventually contacting him again. And that if you are using a board that has been used by a different group of people and they contacted him, he will still come through that same board to you. And it's like he creates a link to you from the board. So he eventually, if you keep using it, he doesn't allow other beings to contact you. It's just him.
So it's almost like it gains a subscription to you.
He is described as extremely possessive.
Oh, great. A demon with problems. How nice.
I don't know, you better be careful. You heard that story Rachel just told.
I mean, I've had some possessive ex-girlfriends in the past. And if any of those were demons, that would just be because, possessive ex-girlfriend, she calls you nonstop. She might show up outside. This thing pops up out of the sink while you're taking a piss saying, hello.
Oh, like the clown. Ugh.
That's why it sounds funny to me, because ZOZO or ZOZO sounds like a clown name to me.
You know what? I've seen a clown before. Like, I closed my eyes and I seen a man clown, scary thing, laughing at me for a second, and then he was gone.
I would hate to
I've
see what's
never
inside
seen
your head
anything
every day.
I know, right?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Rachel.
Imagine living with her.
Rachel pops up from the back. No.
No.
Y'all can get through it together.
Ugh. Okay, so basically from the research I did, obviously the modern explosion in the 2000s era with the story of Darren Evans, the story that you just told, and suddenly tons of people said, yeah, something happened to me. So people started saying, yeah, I had something similar. It's like the COVID thing. If you died from cancer or something, but you had COVID, you died from COVID. So it's like that. It's like, I was playing with a Ouija board one time, and this demon, I swear it stuttered and said ZOZO.
Dude, and this right here, I looked up the Zach Baggins encounter with it or whatever. I don't like Ghost Adventures. They're
a bit of a sham to me.
Yes, they're getting paid so much money to do this, and I feel like 98% of it's faked.
I would have,
if not 99%.
You got to think too. Money. They basically signed a deal with the devil. Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't think about a deal with Travel Channel or something like that.
Right.
But as soon as you sign that deal, they're going to say, okay, we got to make this as interesting as possible, no matter how fake it is.
Have you noticed he doesn't do any more investigations himself? He just sends his crew out and he fucking FaceTimes them the whole time.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Probably too scared.
Could have had something bad happen.
He probably could have got.
Yeah, he something bad fucking happened to him. But no, in this, like, talking about shit being faked, their session allegedly spelled out Nick G, goodbye. And after that, the guy, that was his last show. So I feel like that was faked for, to make a big woo out of him leaving.
Well, y'all want to know, one thing about ZOZO is that he will not accept when you're playing with him on the board. If you disrespect him, like by laughing at his name and call him BOZO, don't joke about his name, and there's many sources that state that when this happens, one of the participants would become possessed by that demon and start speaking in a low voice that is not their own.
What would make you want to, like, make fun of a so-called demon?
Friends sitting around laughing, cutting up, not thinking it's real.
See, even if it ain't real, I'm not gonna fuck around and find out.
Well, most people, one of the best tactics someone uses when they're afraid is they try to hide it. So joking about something, I've done that before. Not in this particular way, but things I've been afraid of, I'll immediately start making jokes about. It's just Ronnie, didn't you say, I think you said it before the show, that this thing pretends to be a child? Was you saying that?
It wasn't me.
Or he gains trust first and then flips the script?
Yeah.
I think you said that, I'm not sure. But
okay, we can add this in, but supposedly from their little session, they called EVPs, and one of them was repeating the name of the entity. And they called it on recording, and another one was a get out threat. Another one was the I'm here response and the goodbye prediction. So if this was captured on EVP, look up that and add that into this video.
It was from the Darren Evans.
Yeah, Zach Baggins. Apparently he did a solo session, and that's where he kept hearing that name coming through.
Alright, well, if you guys just seen that, then we must have found it, but if not, then I was not able to find that, but I do have it wrote down now. Okay, now keep in mind, Zach Baggins, if I'm not mistaken, is the one that bought the house from the woman in Indiana that supposedly had a demon-infested demon house, and then he tore it down, which leads me to wonder, which the land itself was worth more than the house, so after buying it, he's got to resell it. Okay, so there was an aftermath to the Darren Evans story. People report nightmares, scratches, bad luck streaks, feeling followed, and the classic horror line, it doesn't leave you when you say goodbye. Yeah, that's real comforting.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all go ahead.
In many times in possessions of ZOZO, he usually takes the possession of a female who is participating. Yeah, and right before I just discovered that, I smelled something, and then I felt heat on my face. So we need to check that camera and make sure, see if something happened.
We
Just now?
Cleanse.
Yeah, for real. No,
Just now?
No, it wasn't just now. It would have been like a minute and about 4 minutes ago. So about 1:16 ish. You can. I don't know if you can tell, but I looked that way.
All right.
Just food for thought. Zach Baggins doesn't do a lot of investigations anymore because of his fear of flying. He was on a plane that got hit by lightning, and the plane dropped several hundred feet, and it caused a phobia. Now he has bad dreams that is premonitions of him dying in a plane crash.
Oh shit.
That checks.
So yeah, I'd be skeptical of that also.
You guys know the comedian Gabriel Iglesias?
Mm-hmm.
Fluffy?
Mm-hmm.
He says that happened to him one time when he was on a flight back in his early days. And he said, oh, you become a bitch real quick. Because he says it happened just like that. When it strikes it basically restarts all the mechanical stuff, and the plane just drops.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
And that feeling of dropping.
Oh, I hate that.
I love it, but
No.
that much. Mm-mm.
Feels like your asshole comes in through your belly button.
Mm-hmm.
But in a plane, that would be even worse because you're going like 350, 400 miles per hour. And all of a sudden it just drops. No, thank you. I don't like flying as it is. So if I'm in a plane and they get struck by lightning, I'm going to shit hard.
You know, people state that ZOZO will ask you for sex. And and then being asked what it eats, he'll reply semen.
Guys watching this, do not get any dang ideas. Don't even. Just go past what you just heard. Don't even start. Because my mind went to a place where it shouldn't have. No! You know what I'm talking about.
It says that most demons or basically all of them, most of them are only attracted to your parts down there.
Well, that's just...
I guess that's a way of taking your energy.
That would do it.
I guess it would.
Why does it have to become sexual when it comes to demon? Because I've heard of exorcisms that happen where they are very vile, especially when they're about to be drug out. You know, like you guys. I know, Rachel, you don't like the Evil Dead movies, but
No.
I know Victoria made you watch
Part of
the second one.
Yeah.
But not the first one.
Decapitation's too much for me. Not decapitation, scalping. Scalping is too much for me.
Okay.
It was totally. I'm okay with that stuff.
I am too. But there's a scene from the first one where she's full demon form, and they throw her ass down into the cellar,
And then she cuts her tongue.
Not that. It's close. It's close to it, but it's when she gets thrown down there and the brother comes up and looks down and she's like, "Come down here, let me suck that dick."
Oh my god.
Like, you know, in the most vile voice. "Come on down here, let me suck that dick, pretty boy." And then he just slams the door. That was his sister saying that too.
What the fuck?
That one is not, the first one is not as scary as the second one, but it is more vile. And the tongue scene with the razor blade.
Yeah.
Because the girl, she's down there and she's like, she grabs the razor blade, points it at it, and it's like, and just cuts the tongue
comes
straight
up there to like lick her.
And it French kisses her. It sticks her that twisted tongue down that girl's throat.
Ugh.
God dang.
Yeah.
I can't watch shit like that.
When you guys get the new TV, that's the first movie you gotta watch on it.
When we get that new TV, I'm gonna be a cowboy for a month.
No, because I seen your copy of Red Dead and I stepped on it the other day by accident. I never told you.
Good thing it's a digital copy. So if you stepped on my PS5, I'm gonna go to your house and put a fucking sledgehammer through your new TV.
No, you can't do that. Oh, I can replace the TV.
Wait, what
Just, the
inch do you
Xboxes
have?
are too.
Oh, okay, but I'm gonna go for your Xbox.
What did you get?
I didn't get a new TV. And I didn't even get a new Xbox.
I'm gonna go for both.
Well, I got
You
a new TV a few weeks ago. So yeah,
What's inch?
55. I don't need something that y'all are getting. I've got my eyesight just fine.
No, I want to feel like I'm there.
And Chilton? That's a movie out there.
I'm
That'll
gonna
do
put my fucking recliner right in front of it.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna play Forza.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so. Okay.
Anyway.
It says, why ZOZO feels so real. ZOZO sticks because it hits all the psychological triggers. Simple name, easy to repeat. Symmetrical letters, ZOZO, easy motion pattern. Builds tension, friendly to hostile. Gives people a villain. Also, the letter Z and the letter O sit near each other on the board, so random movement often creates ZOZO just naturally. Okay. Thousands of people, same name, same warning. They all swear they did not push the planchette. But I was also reading something, especially on Ouija boards, and this really comes down to whether you believe it's real or not. Which most people are on board with the demon stuff, but when it comes to Ouija boards, I don't think when they were created, they weren't supposed to be played like they are now. They were like, talk to your loved ones and pay us this money so we can get rich, but it was still not quite the same. So, ZOZO pops up 1816, transition to the Ouija history, then hit Darren Evans' story. So, historically, this thing pops up twice. First time, written down, forgotten about for a couple hundred years, and then pops right back up. Now, easily, Rachel, give us the spectacle. I can't talk. You're the one that doesn't believe in everything. Mm-hmm. So give us a logical reason.
The child had MRSA infection. MRSA. Yeah. What? I haven't done much. What is MRSA?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a metal. Don't quote me on it. I'd have to look it up to be specific.
MRSA? What is it?
MRSA?
Yeah, it's MRSA. It's really bad. It's like a poison. Like poison your body.
All right. So on your screen, you see what MRSA is.
Not on my screen.
Well, yeah, we just got to do it the old-fashioned way.
Staph, bacterial resistant. That's staph, pretty much, ain't it?
Okay, so
I guess.
You think it's a possibility that the youngest daughter had MRSA?
Yeah. That's what they finally found.
No, she ended up with MRSA.
Oh. I thought she just had MRSA.
No, she ended up with it. After the fact.
Oh shit, it's skin to skin contact, touching contaminated surfaces or sharing personal items like towels and razors. That's how you pass it around. It's staph. That's all it is fucking staph. So, this, how does a baby get, so one of the parents had to have it.
Somebody that the baby come in contact
Yeah.
with.
Someone that, I mean, hell, an aunt or an uncle picking up the baby and giving it kisses on the cheek could have
Is there any photo or video evidence of the Darren Evans story? Because if this stuff was really going on in 2009, why didn't you grab a camera? There was cameras. You had camcorders.
Not everyone had them, though.
Yeah, they were cheap back then, dude.
You're the one that did the Darren Evans story, was there?
No.
And even in 2009, dude, I had phones back in 2009 that didn't have cameras in them. This is before, if our audience is mostly younger people right now, in 2009, everyone had a phone, but it was pretty rare to have a good quality camera on it.
Any quality would have been fine.
Yeah. And it would have been less faked back then, too.
Yeah. I mean, I had a BlackBerry or Razor back in 2009. I was in 9th grade, so I would have had like a BlackBerry or a Razor.
Even those little flip phones had a fucking camera on them.
Yeah. I mean, every phone, most of them did.
You had access. Why didn't anybody document this? Because when we were doing like ghost hunting and stuff, I mean, we're recording the whole.
Yeah, but we're expecting it. When something crazy happens that you're not expecting, your first thought isn't a phone.
If you're playing with a ouija board.
Yeah, true.
I mean, come on now.
Yeah, be for real.
I always think back to the first time I ever saw a tornado from a distance. I think back and wish I would have grabbed my phone and recorded it, but I didn't. I was just in amazement.
Yeah.
And fear.
But that was something that just popped up. That wasn't something that you sat down and intentionally done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if this would have been like back in the 70s and shit like that, okay, I get it. You don't just have access to cameras like that. This is 2009.
Yeah.
But he played with this from the 80s. He started this in like 1982. But the more it happened, if you played with them so much and bought so many boards, why the hell wouldn't you start recording to give documented proof?
Maybe he was a skeptical like you and just wanted to prove it to himself.
I don't know, man. If I had the same results every time, it's not coincidence.
We don't know what went through his head, though. Have we deep dove to see?
He was supposedly possessed. I don't know.
What if it just wouldn't work on camera?
Well, that is a whole thing. I don't know. I would just, if it was that persistent and happened all the time, I would catch it on camera so people would believe me.
Well, it's like this might just be me too. I've always wanted to prove that Bigfoot is real, but I am fully prepared to, if I'm the only one to see it and I can't catch it on camera, at least I'll know.
Yeah.
Because even if your closest friend, someone that you know better than anyone else, says, I seen Bigfoot, you still have that thought, maybe it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know.
I would believe you.
Yeah, but that one's a tough one.
Like the woman on the plane, if you was acting like that, I'd believe you.
Because that motherfucker is not real.
And how scared she was.
That woman had pure fear in her eyes.
And then she came back.
Acting like that, I would believe you.
Yep. Especially if you dose somebody really well and you know what their fear looks like. That's a different one too. Like, so I would want to interview friends of Darren Evans to see if he was acting a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
So this it comes from a Mesopotamian connection, 3000 BC.
What does?
ZOZO was the son of the god Hanbi and was known as the Lord of the Southwest Wind, which was believed to bring famine, drought, and locusts. He was often invoked as a protective figure to ward off other evil spirits, like the demoness I can't pronounce that, who preyed on pregnant women and infants. So, back in the day, he was protective. So why is that changed to something evil now?
Something that was good back then could look evil to us now.
I don't know. If you're protecting people from... I mean, this demoness preyed on pregnant women and infants. So what if he was there protecting the infant from this one?
And how do we know for sure that everything that comes out of one of these boards is not good?
I don't think
Exactly.
anything that comes out of them are good. I
Especially
think
if
something
Exactly.
fake.
But what if it was? We wouldn't know it.
But yeah, especially if you come in contact with ZOZO, because he's back. And sometimes even if you close it out, because sometimes people stay with their Ouija board, the planchette will just go to goodbye by itself. And so even after it does that, that spirit will still be lingering. He will still be there.
Are you telling me that there are times where Zozo will act like Cartman and say, "Screw you guys, I'm going home," and just leave himself out?
Mm-hmm. And then, but not really be gone. He'll still be there. And then, like, people who have come in contact with him, they see shadows in their home when they're alone. They hear stuff. And it is true that he does act innocent and pitiful at first.
Okay, this is cool. But, Zozo is the word for blackbird in Basque language. I can't pronounce that. Anyways, he noted that his first board was found near jars containing dead blackbirds, which he viewed as a ritualistic sign.
Wow.
Mm.
So he just found his first board next to dead birds. I seen back when I lived out in the middle of the woods where I hunt at now. When I first moved in, there was a trail, and me and my friends were walking down this trail. We looked to the right, and it looks like a kid had built a fort. Alright, cool. I'm gonna say they. I don't know if it was a little girl, little boy, grown man, not grown man, just anyways. They had made a spear, and like carved a tip, and then they had a bow that was made with a bungee cord and a bent stick. Alright, we're just looking around this fort, and we look, there's a hole that's been dug with sticks laid across it so you couldn't like see it without going to the other side. So we get to the other side, we're looking down in this hole, there are two blackbirds staring at each other dead. They wasn't rotted, nothing. They were just two birds in a hole staring at each other dead.
Fresh.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like you found
right behind where I hunt at.
Right now?
Yeah. Well, the woods have been cleared, so it's not there anymore. But yeah, at the time, yeah.
I knew it had been felt some kind of way out there.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that.
And I've told you that story a couple times. Mm-hmm.
I've never heard that story.
Yeah, there were two blackbirds in a hole staring at each other.
Is that where I was supposed to go camping?
No. Well, it's
Close.
200 yards away.
I thought that's where he was going.
Mm-mm.
Because
where I got my stand up, my grain field.
The day that
yeah,
I
there
went
used to be
down
a
there,
trail like behind it, and anyways, that's where it was.
I noted in the video of me hiking down there, I kept hearing stuff behind me, and in the video you keep seeing me get up and look behind me because I kept hearing it.
It's family land, so unless somebody did some weird shit out there, but there's a murderer that lived not far from. They just lived around the corner.
Oh, that's
he had
nice.
murdered people, yeah, and got off on insanity. And then they let him out, and it happened again. On his deathbed, he admitted where another body was at, and they found the skeletal remains in the well down the fucking street from where you were gonna be at.
It's
half a mile.
Always a well.
Yeah, he had a well, and he had the remains.
Back then, that's where you got your source of water from. But as soon as water started going through the pipes and into your own damn house,
well,
people's like, throw the bodies in there.
He never had power, running water at his house, so that makes sense as to why he didn't have running water. He was a drunk all the time. I don't know. I don't know how he lived in those conditions, but he did.
What if he was possessed?
He could be. I think he was schizophrenic or something.
They always say schizophrenic, but they're not ever gonna say possessed.
No.
Closest thing to it.
His
Yes.
his wife or girlfriend stabbed him to death, and when the cops got there, he's on his deathbed admitted to another body where it was.
Whether, though, if you think that people who are possessed are actually possessed or actually have schizophrenia, okay? So that would run to the same thing of people who have schizophrenia now are possessed, or schizophrenia goes way back further than we thought, and people
I
like
think it's more.
the Evans family could have had schizophrenia.
Well, what's that term? Mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria.
Yeah, one person will start experiencing shit happening to them, and it tricks everybody else's brains into thinking the same fucking thing is happening to them. It's scientifically proven.
It's also, I don't know if it's proven scientifically, but it is said to be that everybody is on the same wavelength. We share, like us three, we hang out a lot. You know how people like say the same thing at the same time or like point at the same time. You know, like vibing on the same frequency.
Yeah.
We link our souls up.
Yeah, something like that.
We Bluetooth.
Yeah.
We pair. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Yeah, there was a problem with the connection when me and Nathan we're using an adapter right now.
An adapter.
What?
He said, I thought we were friends.
Yeah, we're connected to a cord. We're not actually real. We're robots.
Yeah.
Hey, on a creepy note, I seen a video, and it's not AI. I thought it was AI, but it's not. Shout out to... what was his name? Sean Ryan Show? Which, I keep sending you guys his videos. You never want to watch them.
I don't know. It's hard for me to get into certain podcasts, man.
He brought a robotics engineer on his show, telling people how close we are to certain things. And this robotics engineer brought a full-size robot with him. And they're out on the shooting range walking around with this thing, and it's just walking right next to him like a person. It looks like a person with a robot outfit on.
Oh, that's like Melania walked out of the White House with a robot not too long ago.
That's not creepy at all.
That's very creepy. I'm telling you, they made our robot for a reason. And that's gonna happen one day.
Well, that means the first versions are going to be the good guys, and the second ones are going to suck.
At least we'll all be dead before that happens. I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime. And if we do, we're going to be 70, 80 years old.
Okay, so in good faith to everyone watching, play with these things at your own risk. We would recommend you not do it alone, but some of you are just stupid. I can say that because I am too, but I'm not going to play with one of these things alone. Do not test this stuff unless you do your research. But that's your only warning. They're going to do it anyway.
You never know what's going to be out there. You don't know what you're inviting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also going to be a harm for you and the others around you that you love. So don't be a dildo. Can I say that?
Yeah, don't be a dildo.
Don't fuck around and find out.
And if you do F around, always remember to say goodbye.
Yeah, in the session. Because if you don't, it's just going to seep up out that board.
Speaking of ending the session, I'm Nathan.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Ronnie.
Don't mess around and find out. We'll see you on the next week's show.